I know the title might have struck you as odd. I want to talk about the gift of divorce. Now, yes, you should want to work on yourself and try to create a version 2.0, loving, connected, and deeply intimate relationship. But here's part of the reality too. Only half of you are going to be able to achieve that. It's a coin flip. There's actually some programs out there that guarantee a 90 or higher percentage rate of saving your marriage. That's bullshit. Okay? It may delay the inevitable, but it is not going, there's no program that can guarantee that for a couple of reasons. One, it's statistically impossible. Two, probably close to half of the women need to be divorced. You need to get away from them. Okay? But again, maybe you get to the version 2.0, loving, connected, deeply intimate relationship. That would be the ideal situation because every marriage goes through a phase of disillusionment. Okay? And when you get through to the other side of that, it's really sweet. Okay? And there's one other dirty little secret people don't talk about a whole lot. The guys who get divorced, the vast majority of them become happy divorced men. Life is so much better than when they were married for a variety of reasons. There is a percentage they should have never married her to begin with. Then there is some that she's not a good woman. Okay? And then there's some you just grew apart. You know, it's not about trying to see who's at fault, but the marriage wasn't working. I can think of one guy who his wife called him during a coaching session. And he said, "Do you mind if I put it on speakerphone?" I said, "No." She was one of these nurses who everything was my way or the highway. And plain and simple, I don't know how anyone can live with her. Okay? She'd ask questions and then wouldn't let him answer. Cut him off constantly. It was like an unpleasant honey badger. Okay? And she was actually the inspiration for my video, What's Easier to Train, an Ex-Wife or a New Puppy? And here's the funny part. That man is incredibly happy right now. That man told me, "Oh, there's no way I can date multiple women." Then we were talking one time and he was dating 2 women. Another time we were talking, he was talking to a third. He's like, "It's not as hard as I thought it would be." And he's actually a good catch, right? So he's not looking to get married. He's upfront with all the women. But there's a lot of guys like that. And I've got some other guys. Again, I could think of one who was married to a literal textbook narcissist. And I know that word gets thrown around. You don't hear me use it a lot for a reason. And again, it was all about her. Very problematic woman. He didn't date multiple women. He is one of only 2 men that might have found one of their great matches with the first woman he dated. Again, we talked about qualifying the girlfriend and all, and they matched up really well. And quite honestly, he is an anomaly statistically, and I'm so happy for him. And I even told him, I'm a little disappointed you didn't get to experience getting ghosted, having her break up for no reason, all of the things guys go through with dating. But about half the guys who end up divorced end up being happy divorced men. They start doing things for themselves again, spending time with friends, not having to worry about upsetting her all the time. So if you are, and understand that 100% of the guys that I work with and that come to us, they're not happy to begin with. They're trying to save a marriage a lot of times that is making them miserable, that has caused them to give up friendships, hobbies, and all they are is a 2-dimensional dad and provider. And that man comes back to life with a separation or a divorce. It was also the guy she fell in love with, because it's one of the mistakes guys make is becoming 2-dimensional. So sometimes, and those are the ones that get to a version 2.0, they find themselves again, and that's pretty attractive to a woman. Okay, and sometimes a little bit of space goes a long way. But if you are not happy in your marriage right now, and she asked for a divorce, I wasn't happy in mine all those years ago. I'm not going to go into a lot of details on that. I've done it in other videos. But I remember crying at the end of the bed, tell me what I need to do to fix it. Best thing that ever happened to me was that divorce. Not right then, because I was a chucklehead. But now, greatest gift I've ever been given, because I wasn't being myself. And so now I am remarried quite happily. And I'm just there to tell you, brother, if you're unhappy and miserable in your marriage, you need to take action now, not to get divorced, but to work on yourself for yourself, to see if you can, before she says, I want space, I want a separation, I want a divorce. Now is the time to see if you can't turn it around and create a version 2.0, loving, connected, deeply intimate relationship. And it's going to mean pissing her off a little bit along the way. Not that that's the goal, but it's okay to tell her no. It's okay if she gets upset. So if you're walking on eggshells and you feel like you can't ever do what you want to do, and all you are is an ATM, reach out. Let's have a conversation. There's no charge. Let's see if we can't help you find yourself again and maybe find happiness. Catch you later, brother.